So unfortunately in Baltimore, one of the early preseason storylines has been all the Ravens' injuries. Second-year running back J.K. Dobbins is officially out for the year with a torn ACL, while rookie first-round receiver Rashad Bateman and Miles Boykin were each placed on IR today, meaning they'll miss at least 3 games to begin the season. All right, so Swagoo, with the injuries piling up in Baltimore, are you concerned about the Ravens' Super Bowl chances this year?
No, I'm not, Phil and Babyface, and I don't have the reaction to the receiver part. The J.K. Dobbins one bothered me a little bit because, look, even though we know the Baltimore Ravens run the football at a high clip, they've always had that guy, that stalwart guy. But they'll do it by committee, and obviously with Lamar Jackson being there. Now, I've talked about this passing game evolving when they get to the playoffs. They're going to need to activate that. But I'm not concerned about the Ravens in the regular season. And we have a conversation about the Baltimore Ravens offense, as we should, and what they need to do. But we always tend to forget that this is a top 5 defense in the NFL as well. And it's not sexy to always talk about defense, and we don't want to mention them when we're talking about championship hopes, but it has a lot to do with it. If people picking the Washington football team to win their division because of defense, I'm damn sure the Ravens going to be there when the playoff time start with what they have in Lamar and that offense and how they can facilitate until these guys get back. Rapport, all of those things, the timing. I'm going to let our receiver talk about that because he understands that 10 times more than I do. But I'm not worried about the Ravens in the regular season. My concern is, can the Ravens show up and do what they need to do in the postseason? I believe they'll be in the postseason.
You know what, Swagoo? Overall, I'm not worried about them, but I'm a little worried about them in the beginning of the season. They didn't go out there and draft Bateman and get Boykin and have Dobbins as their main focus at the running back position if they wanted to get off to a slow start. They're going to Las Vegas to play the Raiders. The Raiders are not chopped liver. Then guess what? They see the Kansas City Chiefs. We know the Kansas City Chiefs got their number before they travel to Detroit. Then the Denver Broncos is there, and the Denver Broncos with Teddy Bridgewater, in my opinion, may give both the Raiders and the Kansas City Chiefs a run for the money out west. So I'm a little concerned about those things, although Mark Andrews is there at the tight end spot, Hollywood Brown, Sammy Watkins, Gus Edwards takes over at the running back spot. Look, they drafted these receivers to make this passing game evolve because Lamar Jackson's 64% completion percentage, I like to see that go up just a smidget. And 2,700 yards in the air is just not enough. 2,700. Dudes wake up out of the bed in the dark throwing for 2,700 yards. So I want to see him evolve as a passer. With these guys missing time, it could hurt them early on, but maybe not late.
Key, I'm with you. I fully understand where you're coming from with that. And in that context, to your point, that's what Greg Roman talked about this offseason. He talked about needing to evolve, needing to be a better passing team to make people worry about that more. So in the beginning, but I just think the run game and what they do on the ground will hold them down until they can get these guys back and figure out how to get that pass game going. If it was anybody else, Key, if it was anybody else, especially someone that doesn't have Lamar Jackson, I would be more concerned than I am right now. But I've seen the Ravens go for 280 a clip in some games and have the ability to at least be in them in the fourth quarter and have a chance to win. But to your point about early in the season, I can fully understand what you're saying.
But that 280 was Mark Ingram, Dobbins, along with Lamar. Let me ask you this real quick, Swagoo. I know you like
Dobbins one bothers me.
Let me ask you this, though. Does leaving Matt Judon and having him go to New England, does that do anything to their defense? Does it do anything at all?
Yes, because he was productive off the edge and had the ability to win one-on-ones, Key. But the Baltimore Ravens with Wink Martindale, the defensive plan opens pathways for guys. And you and I can get nuanced X's and O's about how those guys operate from a defensive standpoint. There are certain pass rushers, there are certain guys that wreck games because they just physically better than everybody else. And they can win every single one-on-one. And Matthew Judon has pass rush ability, but that defense also helped him. and the blitz package also helped him. And the Ravens not going to get away from that. I believe they'll be fine. They can be as good this year as they were on defense last year because Calais Campbell is another year in. Brandon Williams is healthy. He was out a lot last year in the center of that defense. They will be fine defensively. I don't think Judon will cause them to take a step back.
I love the line that their outside linebacker coach used to describe Wink Martindale, their defensive coordinator. He compared him to a contestant on Chopped. Give him whatever ingredients you want in terms of players, he'll still find a way to make a Michelin star level deal.
Thanks for watching ESPN on YouTube. For live streaming sports and premium content, subscribe to ESPN+.